social drinker. I'll pull it out of my HMV bag. That's a single entendre. It's called social drinker. Pub door opens, he walks in, brood still drips from his double chin, but his all over freshness hasn't quite worked, for he's failed to splash a crevice where the B.O. loves to lurk. Still, it doesn't matter when you're propping up the bar. Racism, sexism, ha, fucking ha. He can handle every beverage the brewer's ever brewed. He's a social drinker, and he's in the mood. Real ale's what he likes, real malt, real hops. But when he's not looking, they slip him the slops. 'Cause his sperm cells are dried up, his brain cells are dead. He's soft in the privates and soft in the head. He heard that Pernod would make him feel erotic, so he necked 2 bottles back. It made him psychotic. He patronizes people. He's that sort. He's a social drinker. His is a short. He couldn't think his way out of a burst brown bag. Come over here, dear, fancy a shag. He doesn't carry condoms, 'cause he can't count to 3. She must be a lesbian, she doesn't fancy me. His liver's pickled like pub eggs. He sees double in the toilets and pisses down both legs. He lives in an alcoholic fog. He's a social drinker, heir of the dog. He's absolutely rat-assed. They barred him from this place. He's got brewer's droop of the face. He puts his keys in the ignition, but he doesn't get too far. A policeman reminds him that he doesn't own a car. He gets him in a headlock, he blows into the bag. There's urine in his alcohol, isn't he a wag? They endorsed his bus pass and slapped his wrist. He's a social drinker. Thank Christ he wasn't pissed. Hungover, hung under, hung up inside. Skid marks on his underpants 3 miles wide. Sings sentimental love songs loud and thinks he's groovy. Staggers home and screws the duvet. The only time he can't be found is when he's unconscious or it's his round. He's embalming himself from the inside out, but he's a social drinker and that's his shout. Sick on the pavement all the way home. His flat's in the middle of a dickhead zone. He puts on the chip pan and falls asleep. He nearly burnt his bollocks off twice last week. His bed goes round like the haunted swing. He ties his willy in his jama cord and doesn't feel a thing. Well, he'll be back tomorrow. The fun never ends. He's a social drinker and he's got no friends.